Good morning, world. How's it going? Today is typhoon day. Well, it's actually not typhoon day. Well, it kind of is. There's a typhoon passing by us and we're getting like the outer winds. So it's kind of windy, it's rainy, it's awesome. I love it. I love the rain, I love the storm, I love typhoons. But this one isn't gonna like hit us. This one's actually just grazing past us and going towards Korea. So it's actually been kind of crazy. I don't think we've had as many typhoons as I thought we were going to this year. Today, I wanted to stay home and just enjoy being at home with the storm and everything, but we have stuff to do. I gotta go exchange my dollars into yens because at work they pay me in dollars. So I have to go exchange that so I can put it in my bank account. I have a good chunk saved up and I'm really, really proud of myself because when I first started this job, I had like zero. I had like nothing to my name and like I'm slowly starting to build myself up. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling. And then we're gonna go talk to a real estate agent because Matt and I
like this.
You like what?
The rain.
I know, it's awesome. But Matt and I are gonna start looking for an apartment. We're getting a car first, but we're going to go at least talk to a real estate agency and see what we need to apply for apartments because we're hoping to do that in the next few months. So, all right, let's. You wanna grab something to eat? Did you eat?
No, I'm hungry.
Okay, we're gonna grab something to eat first. It seems like that's always what we do. Housing. Okay, let's look at what they have. Oh yeah, Miyazato, 2 LDK, 3rd story. So it's about $400.
That's perfect.
2 LDK.
No dogs, so probably.
2. Oh, that's cool. 2 car spots free.
Huh. No
that's
dog.
300. 2 LDK. Yeah, that's the big problem is we have a dog. If we didn't have Buddy.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Look how cheap these are.
Oh, that's nothing though. That's not even a house. That's just a studio. That's like
no,
one
I
room.
know that, but my point is like.
Yeah, for $180, you can rent a room.
If you are in Japan, like you can live on your own.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like to pay $150, you could go work at Family Mart for 15 hours a month.
Yeah.
Probably do that.
All right, let's go talk to him. That's what I thought. This is gonna be a problem. So a lot of places don't allow pets in Japan, especially apartment complexes when you're renting. So what we're gonna probably have to do, and this is what Kate had to do too, because she has an apartment that allows dogs. What we might actually have to do is look online and then call these agencies.
Is that what she did?
Yeah. She said there are some agencies that specialize in like pet-friendly apartment complexes, but they're not one of them.
Oh.
I was hoping this was gonna be more of a cool video about hunting for apartments, but kind of just ended with we're probably just gonna have to call around. So what do you want to do the rest of the day? I want to make sure we get back in time because we're streaming with Joe, Kate, and Chris tonight at 6, and I have another video I want to film.
Okay, well I'd like to go to Goodwill, if that's okay. I'll actually buy a graphics card. I keep wanting to check that because I thought I saw a 1070 in there for like 200.
All right, let's go. Did you lock it?
Yeah.
In hindsight, maybe wearing this was not a good idea when it rains, but I actually have the money in my bag to buy it too.
Yeah, you technically do, huh? You want to get a Mac though, right?
Yeah, I want to get it. Graphics cards over there.
Well, actually, you did want a Windows though to screen, right?
Yeah, I do. I want to save our money.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Ever since I was a kid, I've actually always wanted one of these, and I don't know why.
And you've never had one?
No, I never had a plasma light, and I've always wanted one. Hey, look. This is a pocket auto catch. I remember hearing about this.
What is that?
So what it is it's like a Fitbit type stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then what you do is you put it on you just have it running, and it automatically catches Pokemon for you as you're driving.
Really?
Yeah, or like
No
items.
way.
Yeah, it does. My
It just automatically catches them?
that I used to work with, he was a Pokemon Go YouTuber,
Uh-huh.
the Jono YouTuber, whatever, Jono Place. He had one of these.
It automatically catches it?
Yeah, Pokemon and
So
items.
you just drive and then all of a sudden you have a bunch of new Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've always actually been kind of like
How
interested.
does that work?
I don't know, but I've always kind of been interested in getting it because I was like, that'd be kind of cool to have. Are you going to get a graphics card?
I'll see what they have.
Okay. Well, you should get it because you've been wanting to get one for a while.
Whichever one, they have a good price.
I mean, at this point, you only have an onboard, so anything would probably help.
Yeah, I know. I was even thinking like, there's like, you could get like $40 or $50 ones that were like the best 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
From AliExpress or something.
Yeah. Oh, this is Avermedia. This is the people that make this is it.
Oh, the capture card.
Yeah, these are the capture cards. This is the one that Kate has. This is the one she said she uses for, and this is actually, you can use this on Macintosh.
Actually,
Oh, and they're a lot cheaper than they are online.
so you just hook this up.
Yeah,
HDMI.
yeah.
So you just HDMI from whatever you're capturing and then out to the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just captures.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any of our game systems yet.
Well,
But
we have our Switch. There's Switch games that I want to stream.
This is what I was thinking. That's a PCI Express 1X. I might be able to use this.
This is cool. This is like a full kit. It comes with a mic. It actually comes with a game capture card, and it comes with a camera. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
1080, 60 frames per second game capture card. 1080p web camera.
Wow.
That's cool. It's good to know that they have this. Okay, so I decided to come back to the car and then just kind of talk to you guys because I know today's video is kind of all over the place. But I wanted to talk a little bit about apartments in Japan, or apartment hunting in Japan. So actually, here, let me show you something. That's an apartment. That's an apartment. That's an apartment. That's an apartment. And that's a government subsidized apartment. There's actually a lot of apartments in Japan. Like, there's so many. So the choices are there. But unlike apartments in America where, you go to an apartment complex and then you talk to the people at the office because each apartment complex has an office, it doesn't work like that here. Every apartment is a standalone owned by somebody, and it's not a complex, it's just an apartment building. And each apartment building is typically managed, actually probably most of the time, by a housing agency. So a housing agency or real estate company manages those apartments, and then that's how you find apartments. So anytime you want to go hunt for an apartment in Japan, you go to these housing agencies and then you talk to them about what you're looking for, what you want, and then they find you a house. Like a real estate agent will find you an apartment that fits your criteria. One of the things that I was concerned about, and I still need to talk to a real estate agent, but for me, like, I am a resident of Japan, but I've always lived with my parents, quote unquote. Like, I haven't actually rented an apartment here before. I don't have a rental record. So in order for me to qualify for an apartment, I'm probably gonna have to have my mom co-sign with me. just so that there's somebody there who can be my guarantor, basically. Yeah, so I think what we were looking at, an average apartment cost in Okinawa, things that we've just kind of been looking at, in the area that we're looking at, is typically anywhere between probably like $400 to maybe $600, because we're looking for what they call a 2LDK. And what that means is 2 is the number of bedrooms it has, L is living room, D is dining room, and then K is kitchen. So sometimes an apartment complex will say 2DK, and what that means is they have a 2-bedroom, a dining room, and a kitchen, but they don't have a living room. And so that's how they break it down. So like a 3LDK would be a 3-bedroom with a living room, dining room, and kitchen, and so on and so forth. So that's how you know. So it's really, really interesting. I think for the most part it works the same, because Chris has his own apartment and he rents here, and his place is reasonable, and deposits and stuff from talking to him seem like it's about similar structure to America, whereas in the States when we were renting in California, it was your move-in cost is obviously the rent, but then you want to make about 3 times the rent in order to qualify for an apartment. At least in California that's the case. I don't know if that's the way in anywhere else in the States. Or our apartment in California, we were renting a close to $1,600 apartment, $1,600 a month, and our deposit was, I think, $2,500. In order to qualify, we had to make 3 times the rent for $1,600. Both of us combined, we had to be able to cover at least 3 times the rent of $1,600. But here, apartment complexes are $300, $400. There was even you can rent a little space or a studio apartment for $180. I mean, it's gonna be tiny and it's gonna be probably trashy and junky and old, but I mean, there are options, and that's something that I really appreciate about Japan. And I was watching a documentary on this in Tokyo, and that's the biggest city in Okinawa, or that's the biggest city in Japan. And in order to help combat homelessness and stuff, they have houses and apartments that are in all ranges of price brackets, so that even if you have the shittiest job with the shittiest wage, you will still be able to rent an apartment somewhere, and that's the idea. So I think that's really, really cool. It doesn't mean you'll get a nice apartment, but you'll get an apartment nonetheless. And then we also have big buildings like that I showed you, that is government subsidized apartment complexes. So if you're low income, you can rent one of those. You have to be on a waiting list and you have to qualify for them, but they have huge ones that are government subsidized. There's a lot of options here for people from low income to people who make good money to people who make great money. So that's one thing that I do appreciate about living in Japan, especially Okinawa, especially after coming from California where I was paying $1,600 a month. It's so hard in Sacramento to find anything less than $1,000 that you're paying. It's probably gone up even more so now. Anyways, I just thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about the process, a little bit about what it's like to look for an apartment here in Japan. Obviously we haven't started the process, so I'm going to learn more as I go, but that's about the surface level that I know. Hope you found it interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. I gotta see if I can pull Matt out of the store, because we're at the computer store. We need to get home in order to make my stream schedule. So did you see that? That was lightning. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Peace. Love ya. Bye.